People that are on there can't hear you unless you're speaking into a
I'm
microphone.
just here to learn more.
Okay. You're at the right place. I think.
Okay, so you're gonna pause it. We're good.
She's gonna start the video, she said,
Yeah.
at exactly 1 o'clock, so I'm looking at that thing and I'm looking at my watch, so. Another school shooting today.
Where?
I don't know, I just caught the end, a piece of it. when I
Another
was-
one?
Yeah, and the kid
There was
killed.
one yesterday in Evergreen.
Maybe that's where it was, I don't know, I just caught it this morning, but, on the way out the
That's,
door, it was just,
that's where my grandson's schools.
man, I tell you.
That's the high school. Three people shot.
Okay, I have 1 o'clock. Meeting will come to order. Roll call. We want to start. Jess, you want to start down there with you?
Sure, Jess Chipley Trudeau. Denise Barker.
Kurt Johnson.
Gary Rattle.
Mark Samuelstead.
Tim Reppin.
Lori Pritzel O'Keefe.
Carl Hasdell.
Cindy Lewis.
Jeff Weingart.
Vito Giordino.
And we have John Sullivan back there who just joined us today for the first time. Okay, to certify the posting of the meeting, I have affidavit of the posting from Wendy, posted at the Rome Town Hall at 11:30 a.m., posted at Quick Trip LLC at 11:17 a.m. Excuse me, this was Thursday, September 11th, or no, this was the 9th that this was posted.
Tuesday, yeah.
So, I'm sorry, I'll start over again. On Tuesday, September 9th, they were posted at the Rome Town Hall at 11:30 a.m., Quick Trip at 11:17, Nakusa Port Edward State Bank at 11:12, and emailed to the Wisconsin Rapids Tribune at 6:58 on September 8th. Next item is to approve the agenda. I know it was all emailed out to everybody. Hopefully, everybody has had a chance to go over it. I need to hear a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve the agenda. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now we will go down to the approval of the September 3rd, our last meeting minutes. You should all have had a copy of that, had an opportunity to go over it. Any questions or concerns, please bring them to me. Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
So move.
Moved and second?
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve the minutes from last meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so that gets us down to where we are today. So the big thing last week was to get the letter sent to residents. We approved the letter. As the group here, we all voted on it, and we all thought it was good, and so it was just a matter of then the mechanics of getting it into the email system and sent out. So, Carl, do you want to update us on where that's at?
Yeah, we're going to do a combination with the town here, but I haven't been in there. We were shorthanded in there, but we'll work on it today.
Do you have maybe a possible time that you think that might go out?
Today or tomorrow.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. And I have a checklist of stuff, so that's a good thing. I know we already had done the 27th meeting. We posted that. Everybody should know about that. The next thing on there was yard signs. I know that the last meeting that we talked about approving funds from the town, and you had so nicely pointed out to me on an email that you got a lot of money approved, so we could move forward with some of these things.
We just need the designs. We got the approval for 500 yard signs, 4 banners, 4 foot by 2 foot or 4 by 6, but I think 4 by 6 is a little extravagant, quite large. And then the postcards also, 6,200 postcards. That'll include postage. We can handle those here.
So how do we, let's have a quick discussion here, how we want to go back to the yard signs. How do we want to, if we have the funds, the only thing that's stopping us is actually somebody creating a yard sign and we approving it. So how do we want to do that? Anybody have suggestions, ideas? Anybody want to volunteer anything?
I did try on it, but I kept coming back to the one we have with Nextera, Stop Nextera, but my brain was kind of fried at that point. I didn't come up with anything worthwhile, but
Is there any
Is there any chance that using the information on the postcard could be turned into a sign? Because I think the postcard is fantastic.
The verbiage, but you don't want a whole lot. Remember, less is better.
Read it. You won't be able to read it.
Yeah. But we can put the QR code on there to get to the site, and the site is active now on the town of Rome, so the QR code is active.
That's
Yeah, but who's going to stop and get the QR code off of a yard sign?
You just walk up and shoot it.
Yeah,
There you
just-
go.
you can get it on the move. Yeah, it goes quite a ways out, actually, so. It's on Lori's letter. We put it on there along with a picture, so it's all available. So we'll just keep shooting it out there.
You know, because the yard signs people are going to be as they go by. Well, does anyone have any ideas other than, I love that, Rome, you know, what we have out there, Rome, a town for
You know,
seasons, or solar for no reasons?
why don't we have, instead of advertising Nexstar like the last one did with the big, I don't want to give them free publicity. I like what you come up with Jeremy on the postcard, put a picture of the solar panels. People know right away when they see that what this is all about.
I mean, then with like a circle with an X line through it?
I mean, I think
That probably,
it has to be an impact.
that might be good for the banners, but for a little sign like this, I don't know that it would be that.
Well, if you use the right size solar panel inside of a circle, that would work with that saying from the
Just say
sign
like-
out front.
Say no
Because when you,
solar.
like when you put no Nexstar and all that stuff, people that are not aware are not going to know what's it all about.
Stop
So we need to kind of, you know, an impact statement. And like, for example, those cards that you and Jeremy put together, I thought that was great because a blind man can see now what's going on here.
It could be as simple as just say no to solar farm. And then everybody's like, what solar farm?
There you go.
There you go.
Then there's a QR code and they're like, I don't
Because
care.
then kind of the idea of the sign is to get them to ask, what do you mean, what solar farm, where's the solar farm? So it's kind of like, they're not gonna stop and get tons of information like they are from the postcard or the letter. So I kinda like that.
But they know what a solar farm is and they're saying, what solar farm?
Well, and now with the petition, there's a lot more information out there that, you know, there is a group, we are trying to stop it. I like that kind of too, just simple like that.
It would be neat to have a solar farm with a big red thing around it, but I don't think they would. They might look at that and say, what are we looking at here? I don't know. It's just because it'd be nice on the big banners, because then you got a lot of space. But I don't know.
And
I
the
mean,
banners were, I got the price there, it was $25 a banner plus a $20 setup fee, and that's from Print Shop here in Rome.
how much a banner?
$25 a banner,
That's it?
yeah, and $20 for a setup for all four of them.
Wow.
I know.
All right, well, let's stick to the signs, the yard signs. If we have the money and we have the will and we all want to do this, then we should make a decision to do this. And then we can put them in the lobby and then distribute them at the meeting too. So I don't think people need to go around and knock on doors, can I put a sign in your yard?
No,
I
no.
think we want people to want to put them in their yard. That's just my opinion, but you guys might have a different idea.
Do you guys have any ideas on what the solar farm sign? Kurt, Gary, Mark, Tim?
I like the words, no solar farm, something like that. Something
Keep it
bold,
simple.
simple, people are gonna see it, it stands out. I think you're just making a good statement that way.
Let's just go around and ask everybody what their opinion is. Carl,
I'm more interested in what the color, I like to know solar farm, but what color do we want to put? You want something that'll catch your eye, so.
Well, yellow and black statistically are the best.
still could be a yellow
Depends who you
background.
ask.
Huh?
It depends who you ask. When I was doing political ones, they told me blue and white, but whatever.
Laura, you have a look on your face that said, I have thought.
I kind of Googled it. No solar farms here. Stop industrial solar, vote no on solar.
Vote.
Well,
Yeah.
they don't get a vote,
I know.
unfortunately.
Stop the solar sprawl.
Like that, too.
And Tim, you already said, Mark?
I like Tim's idea, except I'd add no solar farm here.
In
No
Rome.
solar farm here?
In Rome.
Yeah, I think that's the best. And then couldn't you have you're gonna have a big circle with an X through it? Yeah, I think
No
that'd be
solar
perfect,
farms here,
something
I like
simple.
it here, yeah.
Jerry?
That sounds good.
No solar farm in Rome,
Yeah.
you know, just simple.
Well, if we say here, we can sell them to the next.
Lend them to other communities.
There you go. You come get them and you can have them.
I agree. I think that's Tim's just no solar farm with a big X, you know, with a big circle and an X.
Solar farm here.
Well, do you remember when Saratoga was fighting Waisaki? And you saw the signs all up and down 13? Because you got to remember, as you're driving, you're not going to sit back and like read what's on. It's got to be short and sweet. Okay, you can't be sitting there driving like this and you're looking at a sign. Of course, we do have people that drive like that, but anyway, but it's got to be short. Like I say, no solar farm.
I'm leaning more to the no solar farms in Rome, or maybe just Rome in a small text, and then no solar farms.
Yeah.
I don't want the circle and the line around the words Rome, no solar farm, or no solar farm in Rome.
That's how you don't want that? You don't want the circle with the X there?
Because it looks like we're fighting against it being no to the solar farm, if we put the circle around that lettering.
Or just don't have a circle, just say,
That's a double negative, you're right.
no solar farm here, or no solar farm road.
Yeah.
Or you could do like, Rome with a colon, and then no solar, or, no solar farms.
And I would go with the bright yellow for the background and the black lettering, because I think that's gonna get red. Just my opinion, because yellow will stand out where we have so much green.
All right, well, we've heard a bunch of ideas. Does
So do you think no solar farm or no solar farm here
No
Or no.
solar farm in Rome.
in Rome? Like that. No solar farm in Rome? Yeah, what do you think? What do you think, Vito?
Well, I like what Denise is getting to. The yellow is good, the black, but you want to highlight the no, darker, no, no.
So the background's yellow, the words are black,
Right.
okay?
But I would think the no should be emphasized.
Bold font.
Bold font, no solar farm.
Put the no up on top, then solar farm. No is the first.
Good thing you've got lots. I got a notebook here. Our graphic designer
Paper,
here.
I got plenty of paper.
In all capitals?
Well, what you want to do is, what words do you want to emphasize?
No.
The no? and
All
the
of them. There's only 5 of them on there, so they're.
I know, but I would emphasize
top?
with a different font, no, put the next couple words, and solar in the same as the no, no. So if you're driving by, all you see on the big font is no solar. I think once you emphasize the solar, it hits home. You want to go for an impact.
I'll do a couple samples today when we're done here and send them out.
Longer letters on
No
solar.
solar farm here, yeah.
All right, is it here or in Rome?
I like the Rome part. Make sure they know it's Rome.
Okay, so
There's so many of them going on right now.
are we all in agreement that this is what should be on the sign?
Okay.
Everybody,
Kindergarten drawing.
is anybody opposed? I didn't ask for a vote, but I mean, we don't have to.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
sounds like we're, okay, so Carl, we got that?
I'll get it.
Yellow sign with big black letters.
So are you gonna have a couple options, or are you just gonna do it?
No, I'll do a couple options and send them out to everybody. Hope I got everybody's email and just blast it out there and see what you
But
think.
when you get the email,
PDF file.
please
So
respond, because I don't want us to have to set up another meeting to do everything that we do.
Yeah.
If I get the order in today or tomorrow, we'll have them next week sometime.
Yeah, then we can have them and we can put bundles of them out in the,
Do we
In
need
the
to make a
vestibule?
motion to just tell Carl to go ahead once he gets a response from at least 50% of the group in a positive way for one of the signs to
So
just
well,
order them and get it done?
if I don't hear by noon tomorrow, I'll just go ahead with what I have. How's that?
There you go.
So in the O part on no, put the cross in there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
With an O,
yeah.
I think that creates
I
the
like
double,
that.
double
Like
negative.
that?
Not in the no.
Not in the no.
Right there, I like that, yeah.
It's emphasizing it.
I like that.
Over the whole thing, yes.
Yeah.
So like this kind of this short,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
All right, so we can
Done.
say that that's gonna be, I'm gonna cross that off my list. Carl's gonna handle it.
Why don't we just go with that instead of
Okay,
Lori put up there? So we can
I'll
just
give you a
get
couple
moving
different
on this
versions,
stuff instead
size,
of-
you know, whatever, 3 or
Larry,
4.
do you think that would look better in the red than the yellow?
Everything's dying now, that's gonna turn yellow, so.
Well, red is always used to be bad. Anything in red is bad.
Yeah.
Red's bad. You look at red, oh, there's a warning. It could be red.
I know. I like red.
Yeah.
Vito said yellow and black.
That's true.
I like red.
Okay, what do you want? Red on black, black on red, yellow on,
I think as you're driving by, the lettering in black, you're gonna pick that up a lot easier than
Yeah.
red.
Okay,
Exactly.
yeah, you're right, you're right.
With a white background then?
Yellow.
I think it's like a yellow, yeah.
all right,
Okay, we'll stick with yellow and black then.
done.
Done.
All right, good, that one's done.
I like Lori's comment, though, that everything is gonna be turning yellow, which is true in this area. Maybe the red background would be better.
It's
with
gonna
the
be too
black
hard
and-
to
But
read, I
the
think.
black
when
is
you're
gonna
driving
stand
by.
out though, too.
Hopefully the grass will still be green where they're stuck.
It's gonna be a bright yellow.
And then it'll contrast with the green grass. Green and gold, Packers. Oh,
It's gonna be like Mark's shirt, there you go.
Okay, all right, so, the letter's going out today or tomorrow. Postcard, that's the next one. Postcard, we saw some mock-ups of the postcards, in email. And if any of you didn't look at it, I printed it out somewhere. I thought I did. I got too much paper already. Good Lord. Okay, here it is. There's the front of the postcard is the verbiage that basically, I'll read it to you. It says, "Dear neighbors," excuse me, the title says, "Protect Rome, say no to the solar farm." I like that. That's a real good grabber. "Dear neighbors, a proposed 2,000-acre industrial solar project puts Rome's future at risk. Our natural beauty is at stake. This project replaces peaceful landscapes with fencing and panels, disrupting wildlife trails and Rome's charm." I like that too. "Property values could drop. Nearby homes have lost value in similar projects. Your home may be next. Environmental harm is real. Solar farms can disrupt ecosystems, cause runoff, and introduce toxins. Greenwashing doesn't make it safe. Rome bears the cost, others profit. Power goes elsewhere. Profits too. We're left with the eyesore. Join us on Saturday, September 27th at 10 a.m. at the Rome Town Hall. Sign up and show up, sign a petition, make your voice heard. I like that. And then the pictures, the graphics, I think we've all seen that. You won't be able to see it from where you sit. But one picture shows a bunch of panels that have been pelted with hail, and it talks about cadmium and other toxic chemicals into Tri Lakes watershed from aged panels. Another one is just shows that it's a big glass target for Wisconsin's hailstorms. There's a map that shows where it would be, and then there's also a pile of spent solar panels that says Rome becomes a massive dump when company incentives end. So, does this need more work, or is this ready to go out? Because we got money. So, since we got money, the longer we wait, then shame on us. But the letter's gonna go out. This is a postcard we're double hitting them, so if somebody's not, this is going out to fewer people, correct?
It's going out to 6,200.
Well, that's not fewer people. And then,
I think, I
That's
think it's
the,
perfect, I just get it out. Are we doing it, or are we having a company?
we do it here.
Do it here.
One suggestion I have, I think 4 pictures on the back is too busy. I think one big solar panel on the back, along with our QR code, makes more sense. One big picture rather than 4 small ones. I think on a postcard, when you size it down to the postcard size, it's gonna get lost.
You know what? I think you're right, and I'll tell you why. When you go through your mail, most of us cursory go through it. Okay, this is going in the shredder. Don't even look at it.
Yeah.
You're thinking it's just nothing more than advertisement. I mean, I don't know how many times I get the roofing. I'm in your neighborhood doing roofing. I really don't care. But I don't want this to be put into a situation where you don't want to, you want people to look at it. There has to be a draw, and I think you're right. You put too much for people to see, but something big that draws their attention.
Okay, so I have a picture of just a solar farm.
That's good.
It just,
That's ugly. That's
can you
ugly.
see that? Can you guys all see that?
Is it just the panels?
Yep. On a, you know, they're not all in, this is not all flat land. A lot of the ones that you see are on, you know, Bonneville Salt Flats, totally flat, and they all are nice in a row. Well, this is a rolling landscape. So you're gonna see what that looks like. Or we can go out and try to get a picture, but then we add time to this. If we wanna just go, I
Can
can
you
forward
just do the
this picture.
same thing that you're doing for the signs out, that you're, the signs that are gonna be yellow and red? I mean, just have that on one side, they would see that and go, okay, and then they read it. That's what, you want them to read it.
Right.
Have that.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be simple.
I like the picture of the solar farm.
Okay. So the picture is on one side of the postcard. The
Yeah.
other side of the postcard, we need to decide what goes on it. So we can have the verbiage that I read to you, or we can, 'cause half of it has the verbiage and the other half has the,
Did you have anyone like signing off on it, the ad hoc committee? I mean, at the bottom saying, you know, people are gonna say, well, we got a meeting. Who's sponsoring this?
Town of Rome.
Down the road.
I mean, is it gonna be on the bottom of the postcard?
Well, you could put the logo of the Town of Rome up at the top of here if you wanted to, if you could easily do
I
that.
mean, I'm just thinking, sometimes people wanna know who's sponsoring this.
Yeah.
There is a lot on there, but it's a postcard. They're not driving by. They get a chance to read it. So if
Right,
if that
right,
tells them a
right,
little
right,
more,
right.
then that, but you could also put the QR code on here too, and it takes them to the, to the site. What do we want to do, folks? All right, so I think, did we like the picture? Just
I
a
like the
plain old
picture. I like the
Does
picture.
everybody like the picture?
Why don't you give that,
Okay.
that to Carl, and if he can't fit.
Yeah, I can
Are you
see.
doing it, or who's doing the postcard?
Oh,
Like, you want it text or email?
text is fine.
I was thinking you should have Mary Poppins in there. Amongst the solar farm.
All right, you got it now. So there's a picture of the solar farm. So then now the next step is just for us to, what do we want on the back?
I like the verbiage.
That's fine, yeah, I think it's perfect.
Good.
Great.
Go with it.
Go with it.
I mean, you have this
How
already, don't
big
you?
is the font gonna be? You don't want, you know, I mean,
Well, that's the size of a postcard, so,
We'll do a test here, see how it comes out, and
Yeah.
go from there.
If I can read it in the email, they're gonna be able to read it on the postcard. Because my eyesight's gone to hell, so, and I was able to read it in the email.
so it's the same message, so we're gonna have yard signs, postcard, an emailed letter, which reaches the people that don't live here all the time.
So the email's going out today or tomorrow. When do you think the postcard will go out then?
I don't know. I mean, we are running shorthanded here, but we'll see what we can do. We did ask him to bring in some additional help.
All right, the last thing on the list that we talked about last week, which were our short-term action items.
Still got the banner. What do you want in the banner?
Yeah, okay, that was combined with the signs. Yeah, the banner, what do we want on the banner, folks? Remember, they're driving by.
Well, if it's on the highways, you're 55, so it's gotta
They're
be
driving by 55, so you gotta go.
that much time to look.
I can tell you that I saw the thing on the, on our sign out there, and it was like, by the time I did the double take, it was gone. That was that thing, oh, there it was, and I missed it. Now I gotta stop and wait for it to circle around again.
I thought about backing up and
Yeah,
waiting until it came through again. Exactly, yeah. I didn't catch it either.
stopped in the middle of the highway for what? I wanted to read that sign.
You got the rear end accident by doing what?
So, do we wanna have something elaborate on the sign, or do we want the sign to be exactly what the yard sign says?
I think keep it simple.
Yeah.
No
just
solar
take-
farm in Rome, and then maybe a picture of the
Maybe a picture.
solar field with a circle, and
Yeah.
That sounds
That
good.
sounds
That's
good.
perfect.
because it's 4x8 or 4x6, so she's or no 2x4, so she's got plenty of space going this way with it.
Yep, I like that.
Everybody in agreement?
I was just thinking with those banners,
And that's gonna be white banner with
It is white banner.
Well, there you could put red on it if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
See, because I've seen so many times with those banners, they tie them down. And with wind damage, and if you put it on the sign coming inbound on 13 coming from Rapids, you got to stake it and then just,
No, it's gonna have grommets and it'll go on the sign. We'll be able to tack it onto the sign.
what sign, the Rome sign?
Yep,
Yep,
right underneath, because it's got legs there.
yeah, she's gonna put grommets on it.
Okay, so we're not gonna have the wind come underneath and pull it up and tear it apart?
It'll be a strong wind.
Well,
Usually they put little slits in them so the wind can blow through.
Okay, I just want to make sure that,
Well, they're only $25 a pop, so you know what?
oh, yeah, well,
We'll buy more
Getting much.
if they get wrecked.
Harold, do you have time to get all this done? Or do you need something
I'm
else?
retired, I got all sorts of time.
That's what I used to say. Then somebody got me on a
Feel like-
And nano bubbles and wakeboards and we got nothing going.
All right, the last thing on this list then was a media blitz, which nobody really had an action item, but we knew Vito was gonna be that point person. But did anybody contact you or anything in the last week? Did you have any interaction with anybody?
what I'm gonna do is, what I want to get from Cindy is a bullet point of what we have been discussing. And I'm gonna put it together and start reaching out to some of these, because really, I need to have, something that could draw the attention, of, like, the media. For example, they've been out here before. What do we have now that can draw them back out here? I mean, I need to tell them, this is what we're doing, and maybe come out like, say, I
The
can't,
bribe,
huh?
Yeah,
the bribe,
Right.
that's big.
Yeah.
That's gonna
the
be
bribe.
in the PowerPoint.
Oh, yeah, but I need a bullet thing. Maybe Cindy can give me something, say, Vito, we discussed this, and then I send it out.
Yeah.
And we have evidence of the fact,
Those bullet points, don't you?
Well, I got more information coming up on that one.
I would be
because
careful.
I'll reach out and I'll start saying, but you gotta remember, they've been here once already.
They're here again. I'll set it now.
They'll be here more.
I know, but
Right now, there's certified letters going out to the neighbors here. I got 2 calls today. They are sending certified letters with these contracts out there. I got one just now from Mr. Terry Stroh, and he wants to know the consequences. And anybody a realtor here? Because I'm thinking once you sign this, you're gonna have to put that on your listing on your house if you ever sell it again, because that's gonna be a restriction on your property. I don't think anybody thought about that one. But we'll have to check on that. But I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen.
And if anybody bought something recently and weren't told about it, this has been in the works for a year, so.
Yeah, and
That's, there's some ramifications to
but
that.
yeah, they're active again. They are sending out letters.
I mean, I do like what you put out this week about these other towns now reaching out to each other.
It's all unincorporated.
Did
They're all
you-
unincorporated towns.
Did you all read the email I sent out from, her name is Lori from Morgan?
Yep.
Okay, and it was pretty disgusting. I mean, 2 of the board members took money and they got recalled. But that was 2 years ago, but they're still fighting it, so.
Well, even though we may be able to connect the dots and say that there's they're targeting unincorporated towns, they're all different companies.
This is Nextera, the one at Morgan, for sure, yes.
They're Nextera?
Yeah. There are some more, we gotta find out who else is out there, though.
They figured out in their boardrooms,
But they're also going to Plover.
these unincorporated areas.
Yeah, they're hitting Plover, and somebody said from Plover, I saw a note on that from somebody that they didn't seem to care. So I don't know what's going on with that one.
That's pretty easy to say when the people, okay.
They-
Think about how many people that live here that didn't know about this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and think about how many people that live there that probably don't know about this. So who's gonna, the same thing. I would be careful. I would be very careful, caution. Don't use the word bribe. It is
use
what
the
it
word
is.
what?
Don't use the word bribe. It is what it is, but we could be potentially sued for slander or something like that because it's called an incentive. Call it an incentive. Don't, we can talk about that amongst ourselves, that that's what it looks like, that's what it smells like, and the old saying that quacks
Walks
like
like
a
a
duck.
duck.
I
walks
just
like
used
a
the word
duck.
compensating.
The duck.
Yeah, or an incentive.
They're just compensating people,
Incentive.
right, an incentive for,
Well,
I want-
the folks here have been calling it a bribe that I'm referring to, so.
I understand.
I'd hate to see us get drug into court.
I
or
mean,
something like that.
You know what we're up against, you know, they're up in their game. As they sit back and now sending letters, they're up in their game.
Yeah.
Okay, so, Vito, we're still gonna refer people to you, but the only other thing that I have that I wanted to get into today is, and Carl, you may need some help with this. I've gotta get that PowerPoint done, and one of the things that I need to put in the PowerPoint, the citizens of this area that are gonna attend that meeting are gonna wanna know, how did we get here? So I need to put sort of a chronology of when this started, who was present, even the board that was there at the time, how many meetings did they have, how many meetings did we have in there, so that people can understand, oh, this has been going on for a long time, we're at endgame here. Yeah, we are at endgame. And they need to understand that this, you know, we're trying to do something about it as concerned people, but we've been fighting this for a while. So, I don't know who could, I just need bullet points so I could just talk about it in the meeting and say, this is where it started and here's where it is.
I don't know if you have to reach out to the county, because they went to the county first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carl, how did all that start? Is the county the one that approved this?
The county, no, nobody's approving anything. The PSC just tells you what's going to happen. There is no approval. We have no say. The county has no say.
Can we put restrictions on them, like, are they gotta have a bond in case something goes wrong, or no?
I'm not sure what I want to say out in public here because they're probably watching. But I did send a letter to our attorney over the weekend. One of the things I asked for was a $25 million cash bond to cover road damages over the years. I did give him a bunch of other ideas I had that I'm not gonna talk here.
Don't they need to do an environmental study in case something?
Well, they're supposed to be doing that. That's in the schedule that they sent out. Once the attorney filed papers with them that we are contesting it, they sent out a schedule, and the schedule does say that they have to do all these studies, but they'll be weak at best.
That schedule was actually in a link in one of the
Yep.
things that you sent out. If you guys didn't look at that, and I wouldn't blame you if you didn't, because there's a lot of stuff, but I was just digging through there, and there was a link, and it showed that with the PSC about 10 different things that needed to be done.
Yep.
And we're at the last 2.
And there is
The
a
other ones have all been done.
I believe there is a meeting, there's 2 meetings they have to have, 2 public meetings. One, I believe, is December 3rd, I think. It'll probably be down in Madison, so maybe we'll get some buses going down or whatever. The other one, I don't know the date on that yet, so. Well,
So for the record, then, I don't know who's gonna help you do that, Carl, or if anybody's.
what?
The list of all the stuff that we need to get from how we got from where we are, or if anybody has located all that into one spot on the website, I could start digging through it and just looking at minutes and whatnot about what and when was. I won't know about the county.
Oh, most of that's on the solar site already on the town website.
Okay, I'll go.
There's a
look.
lot there already.
Let me just
Old
dig for it,
news.
because people are gonna wanna know how we got to where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so,
That's gonna be you want a chronological order.
It's on there by date. It's on
Okay.
the website. There is a lot there actually.
And then, isn't that gonna open up a can of worms with the previous administration?
C'est la vie.
no, it's not gonna have a lot of detail, it's just gonna say,
Well, the
started here and-
details is going to be important because people are going to say, why didn't we start from this date? Why did we wait 18 months later?
Because you couldn't do anything. Hands went up in the air. There's nothing
Well,
we can do.
my point exactly.
That was the excuse.
Right. That's exactly my point, and that needs to be brought out.
I
yes, and
mentioned
my
it.
answer to that would be that the new town administration put together this ad hoc committee to start working on this, and that's what we did. Why it wasn't done before that, you have to ask somebody else, because I don't know.
My-
Kurt has a question.
Carl, what is the PSC?
Public Service Commission.
Okay.
And my letter did get printed yesterday in the City Times,
I read that.
and I did mention about prior administration, but
Can we do a requested, contest it, and then they?
We
gotta
are contesting it.
Is that being happened?
yeah, once we hired the attorney, he filed papers. So,
So when does that come up, or is it
well,
months away, or?
December 3rd would be the first one. But
That's
again,
okay.
talking to Lori from Morgan, we had a nice long chat. She's probably watching right now too. She said when they came up for approval on theirs through the original request, they had like 24 requests coming up, and she was 21, and they approved like get the numbers wrong, but maybe from 19 to 24, they approved them all at once. And she said within 2 seconds, they just approved everything. That's how they are operating
But
down there.
you sent something, you sent a letter and got a, I'll call it a generic response from the governor's office indicating something to the effect that, yes, we received this and something about they will contact the PFC. Well,
I don't think they'll contact them.
well, there was an email I got from, you forwarded, I mean, with that letter you sent. So you're thinking that they're just, there's no truth behind it?
Sounded generic to me. I get them from the senators all the time when I.
Right, that's what I figured it might be generic.
Well, the one came from Pat Teston was very generic. He
Yeah.
basically, what do you want me to do? Scott will be at a meeting, by the way, on the 27th. Scott Krug, he'll be there.
He's gonna have to answer some hard questions about,
Well,
He's on our side, and he has been, but he hasn't gotten the support either.
but he's gonna have to answer those
Oh, yeah.
hard questions from the
Yep.
people that,
Yep.
we went to Scott Krug and he took it to the assembly, and where it went from there, maybe you can ask him.
let me ask you this question with Scott. Why can't he bring some of his people who are facing the same challenge in other parts of, in our area? Like I just got 2 emails from, I think it was you, this Bonnie and whoever it was from these little towns. What about their state representative? Why can't they team up with Scott and be here?
Yeah.
We might have 2 or 3 state
idea.
representatives. I would think to strengthen numbers, and if they come, it would open up the eyes. Now, I mean, if you to people not just in our area, but now you're starting to look at a whole broad spectrum. Like, what's happening here?
Well, at our last meeting, I did mention, and I did send it on to Stan about filing open records requests on all the politicians in the state who accepted money from any solar activity. So that would tend to, I think, rattle a few cages.
Yeah, you might be looking in your rearview mirror.
Yeah. Yeah. Honey, start my car up for me, will you?
I don't know, man. I was the one on Facebook last time. It was me.
Okay, the next piece I was gonna comment on today was that there's been some communication sent out to people. And I wanted to maybe get an ongoing list. I know I sent an email to Christopher Wright, the Secretary of the Department of Energy. Carl sent a letter to Governor Evers, which was a well-written letter. I sent an email to Derek Van Orden and to Ron Johnson. Has anybody else sent anything to any politician so far?
I
That
sent,
letter,
I sent a letter.
Yeah, I sent one to Teston.
What about the state senator? I mean, the federal state senator. Tammy, not
Baldwin, Timmy Baldwin.
Baldwin, and that other
Johnson.
guy, Johnson.
Yeah, I sent one to Ron Johnson.
Did you get a response?
No.
Of course.
Didn't get a response from Van Orden either.
Me
All
neither. I sent
you
one
get
to
their,
him,
you
too.
get their response. Thank you for reaching out to me. Now I have sent messages to Ron Johnson before and got detailed answers back from him, or from his staff, but I didn't get anything on this one. And maybe because they're all looking into it. Who knows? I know that the federal funding for projects like this and anything else, I think, is supposed to be over with at the end of September. And I don't know if they grandfather the application or if they just say no. And maybe that was why there's such a flurry of them, because they realized it was gonna end at some point in time. Who knows?
I do have contact. When Mark and I went to the Adams County unit meeting, there was Ron Johnson's, one of his staff was there, and I do have his information, so I'll get that out there too. And I got his phone number too, so.
Well, we have a bunch of letters now, or a couple of them anyhow, so we can post those out on, I don't know if we want to include that in anything that we send out to people now. I don't want to slow that down. Maybe we just provide that during the meeting, that we have some form letters that we're going to post in the Rome site so that people can, you have to be in probably a PDF. Now they have to be in Word, actually. They have to be in Word because they won't be able to put their name and stuff in there. So they'll have to be in Word that they can pull down and then fill out their name and address and then send the letter. It won't be coming from Rome. It'll be coming from citizens. My stuff that was laced with some political stuff was from me. It wasn't from,
Yeah.
I didn't sign that it was from here, and I didn't vote for Tammy Baldwin, so I didn't send her anything. But I guess at the end of the day, people need to feel comfortable emailing or communicating with their elected officials. It's just a normal thing, even if you've never done it before. Write a letter to the president. I mean, you'll get some kind of a formal response, but you're entitled to do that. And that's what we should encourage people to do at that meeting. Wherever you like or wherever you don't like, but send it off. So we have the one letter that you wrote. Honorable, da-da-da-da-da. Do we
So are you
want-
saying we should have copies of those to people to take, along with lists of?
You want to be able to download that into
Okay.
your computer, and if somebody doesn't know how, well, I can't help that. But the point is,
right,
you want to be able to type your name and stuff in there and then send the letter. Rather than take a copy of it and scribble your name into it and send it,
Right.
that wouldn't have the same impact that, So if we have, when we first started talking about the letter writing campaign early in our association, we said that we were going to have a number, I don't know how many, we didn't say how many, but there should be a number of different letters that were targeting different interests, whether it be a politician or the governor. Maybe we don't need to do that. Maybe the one letter that you wrote is just fine.
Again, the one on the governor's site, you just put your name, address, email in there, and you put your comments. You can also paste right back into it. So that's a real easy one. You just go on that site and you're ready to go. It takes 5 minutes.
Another reason for having it on a Word, because then you can grab it.
Word, yeah, anything you can copy out of, yes.
Yeah.
Even on an email, to copy the email.
So do we think we need more letters, or do we think the one that we
I
have?
think you
Have all
blast
of you
them.
guys, has everybody in this room read that letter that she penned?
Yeah.
Think we need more letters, or you would think that covered it?
Nope, I'd hit them, I'd flood their email inbox with letters.
Okay. I'll make sure that there's a spot in the PowerPoint that talks about that you should feel free to contact state representatives, Congress, senators, governor.
Carl, in when they go to the Town of Rome site relative to the solar farm, do you have the list of people that they can send letters to?
No, we still have to build that all in there yet. Again, we're really short here.
Okay.
A couple other things, though. I do have an appointment next week, Mark and I do, with Jen McNeely from the University of Wisconsin, Madison. She's a water and solar farm expert. She's got an office right here in Rapids, so anybody else wants to come with, feel free. It's 1 o'clock at the courthouse.
What day?
Wednesday,
Where is it at?
at the courthouse in Rapids.
Okay.
She's got an office in there. The other thing, I don't know if you've all been on the Akron Facebook site. I would go on there and just start asking them questions. I put one on there, and they actually left it on there yet. You know, where all the profits coming from, how much are you getting in grants? They haven't answered it, of course, but it's still sitting out there. I would just start loading it up in there so people that go in there, they aren't seeing all the happy news from these guys, but some of the questions are out there. So
I would think that we could get that from Freedom of Information, but if they're getting government money.
you can go to the government and get it, but you can't go to those folks and get it themselves. Freedom only goes to government entities.
So then we can do the math on it and said, okay, so your project cost you X, you got this much Y, you sold it for Z.
But the other thing too, and I'm going to check into this, I'll let it out. Tim sent a note on MFL lands. I did look on the site, and it's hard.
It is hard.
Yeah, trying to figure out what you got was basically AI, and it summarizes it.
It summarizes.
And it says basically on MFL land you cannot put solar farms because you no longer get an MFL rebate or
But
discounts.
you said that was already taken care of, they were somehow,
They were doing things that we can't assess them taxes. We can't do any of that. But if the timber companies lose their MFL standing, now they got to pay the back taxes. I mean, it gets into some huge numbers.
Yeah, that way we can go after,
timber company for selling it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Instead of
Good.
concentrating on
So-
the solar thing, maybe we can go after, and that would null and void everything.
So
Very good.
I'm waiting to hear back from Stan on that one.
Yeah, but they're leasing it though, right? They're not.
You can't lease it. They said you can't lease it because you're still if you're leasing it, you're using it for commercial activities, but you're still getting the MFL discounts for taxes.
Then it makes you go back and retro pay the taxes on it
Yes.
for how many years? 10 years?
Since it was inception, so you're going back to from day one.
So that could be millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it could be expensive.
How much? What year?
Back when it was created, when they were given the MFL designation, they could go back to that time frame.
I would,
Okay, well, I tell you what,
Change it? Yeah.
if what you're saying is true, why doesn't the attorney draft a letter and send it to him?
Yeah, that should be the.
I think,
He just sent that.
I just sent it.
Just sent it to me. I just sent it. I'm waiting for the attorney to call me back so we can have our meeting, so.
this is
probably
good
the better
detective
way
work
of
there,
stopping
Tim.
I mean, if the attorney sends a letter, you can't discount an attorney's letter and say, oh, we got a problem here. Or they might just say, send this
Well, we
to,
also have to make sure the state legislature didn't see that ahead of time. A lot of the farms they put in are agricultural lands, all different. MFL's totally different ag lands. So it might be something that was overlooked. Got our fingers crossed.
That's why everybody in this committee, that's kind of why it was formed, to get people thinking in
Yep.
different ways.
Yep.
I'm gonna ask one more question about, on our original, and if you haven't had time, that's fine, I get it, but have we been able to do anything with ordinances about setback or, buffer?
well, nothing has been brought in front of any committees.
When I was talking to Lorelei, she said since they bought the land up there, they were able to enforce setbacks. We may or may not have that opportunity yet. I don't know. They did contact me a couple months ago about a joint development agreement, and I basically told them pound sand and go talk to the attorney. So I have no idea where that's at or what any authority, if we have any authority, is available. I do have some off-the-wall thinking things that might work. We'll see. I'm not going to explain them here, so
Yep.
I don't want to give them a heads up. But actually, it's intriguing, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, that's a pretty good update. Does anybody have anything else we want to talk about today? I could go back to the original action item list, but it looks like we have a lot of irons in the fire right now.
I did, again, Lori from Morgan, Wisconsin, if there is I did mention to her about a class action or any kind of lawsuit, they would be happy to join us. It's a small town. It's only 1,000 people. They've got 3 members on their board. She is now the chairman after they booted the other 2. But they did put a survey out. The response was 70% negative on the solar farm. So
Where's this located?
they're near Oconomowoc.
Well, the interesting thing about that, if you look at the PSC and some of the guidelines, they are supposed to take into account the sentiments of the community before they do anything. And they haven't done any of that. If they would have, I mean, they never came to a meeting, and certainly they're here on all this.
There's a term out there called a writ of mandamus, and I am going to ask the attorney about that as well. A writ of mandamus basically goes to government people and tell them, do your job, and the judge will enforce it. So technically, if they're not doing their job, the writ of mandamus can force them into that. And they are not they're not performing as they should be. So it's just another one that might work. Who knows?
Well, you got that going on, but if that got drug into court, if there were hypothetically a class action, if we could find somebody that would represent us pro bono or whatever, and all these other unincorporated towns got involved, and it's right in front of a judge, and then there's 14 unincorporated towns that have been targeted by solar farms because they have no resources to fight it, and the PSC's not doing anything about it, that would be pretty damning
Yeah.
testimony.
Yeah.
Carl, how many other towns are there that?
I don't know. It's how do we find that out? I mean, it's
Well,
I want to
that
stand
organization that you showed us last time, that the towns all are participating in,
I'm sorry.
that organization that you showed us?
Wisconsin Towns Association?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard back from them yet. I don't know if they track that or not. They're not really involved in that at this point, but they should be.
Well, even if you could get a mailing list from all the members, we could send something out to them.
Ooh, good idea.
Jeff, if we could get a bunch of towns together and file a class action suit, that'd probably be more of a statement
Oh, yeah.
the solar farm than anything else. If we
Kick
get
the bear.
5, 10
Yep.
other towns join together, file a class action suit.
Yeah.
How do you find them?
Well, I think
Question.
WTA, they know all the towns, so everybody's on that one. So that's a good idea. I'll see if they got a mailing list or if they can put something out for us.
But Morgan is north of Green Bay.
Green Bay?
Conto Falls, yeah.
Oconto? Okay, yeah. Misheard her, but
Yeah, but see, when you start doing things like that, Mark,
I made
there's an old saying, a committee of 3 does better when 2 don't show up.
yeah.
And that makes a lot of sense. When you start getting these other towns involved, okay, again, we're gonna have problems. Who's in charge? I don't wanna do this. I mean, you're gonna start having infighting. I don't want infighting. I want to have a specific goal.
They don't get involved. A class action, it's just the attorneys handle it. And they get represented, so it's not where they have a say in the matter. You either are part of the class or you're not. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right, then I stand to be corrected then.
Yeah, and I would think that going to the Wisconsin Towns Association and getting the other towns talking about doing a class action would be a good source of basis for publicity.
You know, Carl, on that Wisconsin Township Association, they have a legal hotline.
Yes, they do.
Did you call that, or did you try calling the two representatives? I think we're in District 5.
No, I sent an email to the president.
You didn't reach out to the district people in our district?
No, I think they're still open. They're in the process of getting new people on there.
Right, I saw that. I mean, they got the names of the new people. I saw that. They just don't have their pictures. I saw that.
Yeah, I didn't have their information yet, so I sent that out. That was a week or two ago. So.
You don't want to reach out to the legal?
Oh no, the legal. I didn't even think about the legal. It was good
Because there is a legal
There
thing.
is. Yep. They offer opinions on things, but I don't know if this will. Well, it's a start. Doesn't hurt. I'll call.
Okay,
I would think that if we got enough towns involved in this, there might be a law firm big enough that wants to take it on so that they can get future business.
well, there probably won't be any money in it, but it'll probably be settled out of court, so the guy whatever law firm would be doing it because they thought they could get some publicity. So I don't know how hard or easy that is. I've never initiated something like that before, but it's worth a try.
I did have somebody from the apartments over in the park call me about soliciting over there for addresses. She said there's 36 apartments, 1 or 2 people per apartment. So if somebody wants to go, do a knock on doors there for the petition, she said they'd be open. So, just a heads up.
Where's that?
The apartments over in the town center.
Over by the
Across the meat market.
Just-
okay.
Just west of the meat market.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I think we got through all the stuff we need to get through today. Anybody have any questions or concerns?
What is the date for the card to go out? Are we projecting next week?
As soon as
Hoping next week.
We want to get it done before the 27th, right?
Yeah. 27th, yeah.
And today's what, the 11th? Today's the 11th.
Emails are going out today or tomorrow, and then the cards as soon as possible.
I want the email to come out from the address, the town address too. So the problem with they've got all these different e-alerts for all different activities. So I'm trying to find the one that's the largest one with the largest number of people on it. And I'll combine that one with Tri Lakes, and then boom.
That ought to,
So
Is it also going to go out on the Facebook, Town of Rome's Facebook page?
I'm sorry. It can go on the.
The Town of Rome has a Facebook page. Why couldn't that letter and the postcard both go on that Facebook page?
It can, but again, I got to find somebody that'll. We're missing like 4 people in the office right now. We're hurting. Let's put it that way.
well, and I think we already covered the fact that there's not a lot of people that probably regularly go on Facebook, but,
I don't know. There's sure a lot of activity
more
going
than
on
you
there right
think
now
there
about the
is.
roads
yeah.
and other things.
Oh, you saw that, huh, Carl?
Next door, yeah, it's out there. Whatever.
so we're not gonna have a meeting then again before the 27th, so we'll all be here.
Do we need to have a meeting next week?
I don't think so. Unless Carl needs help. I mean, he's got a lot in his plate.
I need all sorts of help. Not that kind of.
All right, then you'll just, all right, so you're talking the 27th is next time. That's what, 2 weeks?
A week from Saturday.
Yeah?
I mean, do we need to have a refresher or anything before that meeting? That-
No, you're going to be the one in front, pal.
Well, yeah, well, you guys are gonna be sitting up there too.
In the back of the room.
I'll be up there with you.
Don't you think we should have one just before the meeting
To see how things are going.
Yeah,
with the PowerPoint thing and everything and see where we're at, so we don't look like fools up there?
So the week of the 27th?
In other words, like a dress rehearsal.
How about the week of the
But
27th?
just come up with an agenda. Just come up with an agenda. What do you want to talk about? And-
Twenty-second, maybe.
All right, let's do that. We'll come up and have like a rehearsal.
So the 22nd or the 23rd, that's Monday or Tuesday of that week. 'cause I'm gonna be-
22nd or the 23rd?
Tuesday, not Monday.
23rd is Tuesday. What time?
Anything going on here? Can we do it like 10 a.m.?
10 o'clock. Gotcha.
We have to check the room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have to make sure.
Three.
I'll have to check my
There's
calendar.
a chart
but
out in front there, too.
Okay.
Cindy, you're gonna send that out to me then, right?
22nd, you said?
20
Twenty-third.
23rd.
23rd.
Let's
10
not
a.m.
do that again.
September 23rd
What time?
at 10 a.m.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
that purpose will be, I'll have the PowerPoint on a
And
thing
hopefully.
and we'll stick it up there. And we
You
can,
got that done by then?
Minutes out.
I sure hope so. Well, I started on it a couple weeks ago, but then I hit a brick wall when I was trying to get some information and whatnot. But
time on the 23rd?
10 o'clock?
Yeah, there's a dance thing at noon, so.
well, we're not dancing, right?
We're not dancing. I'm not dancing. Are you dancing? You
Okay.
guys, thanks for all your work. I mean, really a lot of, we had a lot happen in these meetings, in these 4 or 5 meetings that we've had.
Yeah, I'll send it out to everybody, assuming that you all have, well, you probably, don't. I'll PDF it and send it out. That way you can look at it ahead of the meeting and any comments or
Okay.
corrections or errors or anything like that.
Me too.
Sure.
Okay. All right, anybody else? Any other questions, concerns?
Okay.
Okay, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I first that motion.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you, everybody. We'll see you at 10 o'clock on the 23rd.
So is Wendy gonna do that?
Yeah, I have a whole stack of them.
This way? Okay.
Absolutely. Do you know anybody else that you wanna give one to?
What time? I don't have time.
I know both of my neighbors.
I'll give you a call. I'll give you a call. Because I have a meeting at 8:30. I'll give you a call tonight.
Taxes, and then
Do me a favor. Send that to me. You reach
I did her.